Hey, Fern. Why are you trying to chew on my thumb? You were just the most nonsensical cat. What? Yeah, he doesn't quit. It's like he's trying to eat my finger, but he doesn't really bite very hard on it. Hey, Mr. Krabs. See how many mice are under the desk today. I got 4 all at once. Oh, we just started, Mr. Krabs, and we're a little late. I don't know. Some folks might already be in bed. Had a very hectic day today. Why don't you bring the other one back before I start throwing more, Hank? You want one? You want one? Do you not like that one or something? I just threw it up there. Hey, Carmel. Hey, Lynette. No, don't put it back under the desk. I just got it out of there. Yeah, Tabby woke up just for the sake of coming in here. He was asleep, and then he heard me open the door, and he came running. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Kayla. Oh, that's right. I meant to. Lynette, was it you that were asking? That was asking about the video? I think some of them are posted in the groups, and Melanie will be in here in a second. She can explain how all that works, because I'm just gonna botch that whole explanation. But was it the one with Stella chasing her tail that you had not seen? Or am I misremembering that? I was trying to explain it to Melanie, and then she started telling me how all that is organized, and I got lost. Which one were you still looking for? As soon as she gets in here, I'll ask. And let her give her much smarter than me explanation on what the deal is there. Oh, I can't remember what it was. I know on the mobile app, you can click on visitor posts. As you scroll down on the feed just a little bit, there'll be a little button that says visitor posts. I think that's where a couple of them were. There you go. You read my mind. Yeah, he's here. He was napping when I came here, so I think he's still kind of groggy from his nap. Speaking of groggy, we're a little groggy tonight too. Our dog Allie, who is the border collie mix, the one that loves, or all the cats love, around between 2 and 2:30 last night, she woke Melanie up to go outside, which is not totally uncommon for her. Sometimes she has to get up in the middle of the night for whatever reason and has to go to the bathroom. That's fine. So she let her out. She let her back in. 20, 30 minutes later, she's waking us up again to go back outside. I think I got up that time, let her out, waited on her, let her back in. I laid back down. 20, 30 minutes later, she wakes up again and has to go outside. I get up and I let her out, I let her back in, and then I think Melanie got up the last time and ended up just leaving her out for the rest of the, which it was only a couple hours before the sun came up. But I noticed when she was going out in the yard, she'd go to one spot and squat down, and she'd go to another spot and squat down, another spot and squat down. So I figured it was UTI, and sure enough, I took her to the vet this morning, and that's what it is. So she's got a round of antibiotics she has to take for the next 14 days. But she's acting much better now. I think she's probably as tired as we are because she slept all afternoon. Don't put it back there, Hank. Come on. I don't have many to choose from. Can I have that back? Can I have that back? Thank you. Stella. Oh, when I came in last night and fed everybody, Stella actually played with me a little bit, which is the first time that's happened. I tried to film a little bit, but was not very successful. Can I have it before you take it in the closet, please? Can I have that? Thank you. Wilson, do you want one? Is that the one that you wanted? He's already got his eyes locked on the closet when before he even hops off the tree. I have to catch him before he goes in there. He's trying to stash it away somewhere. See how he's already looking at the closet when he starts walking this way. Oh, I got Stumpy to play fetch a little bit today while I was at work, which I wasn't at work long today. I worked most of the afternoon here. Allie stayed with my parents until about around 2:15, I guess it was. My dad had to go pick up my niece from school. I just didn't want to leave her unattended anywhere today because of how she was last night. But she seems to be doing better. But when I got home, I waited to eat lunch until I got home from work, around 2:30. And it wasn't long after that that she was on the floor snoring. So she didn't sleep much last night either. Hopefully, yeah. We started her on her medicine, so I'm hopeful that she will sleep through. Oh, I'm sorry, Stella. They just trampled all over you, didn't they? Stella just got steamrolled by Wilson and Hank. I'm sorry, Stella. She has urinary tract infection. Nothing too severe. Just hopefully some medicine will clear that up. Hey, Dawn. I always feel like there's a smudge on my lens here. And most often times it probably is, because it seems to look better after I wipe it off. Oh, really? Well, that's good. I feel bad when I pet Stella in this bed because there's so much static and I end up shocking her. Tabby. Hey, Clay. I think she already feels a little better. Other than her hips probably hurt. She's got hip dysplasia and arthritis and all that. And when she gets nervous and tenses up and all that, and kind of tries to get away from them at the vet when they're working on her and all that, she tends to make herself sore. Hello. I can't read that, but hello. Phone, what just happened? Ah, crap. going on with my... There we go. Sorry about that. My phone just started acting crazy. Sounds like the worms, Clay. Hey, cat lover. Figure we'll give Stella some of the spotlight since she's normally hiding when I do these. What does that look like? Well, that one's probably going under the desk immediately since he's already over here. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing? You trying to stash it? Are you trying to stash it? Yeah, Tabby made himself at home up there. To a degree, Kimberly. I don't miss all the scratches on my legs. Definitely don't miss those, but I don't know. I mean, I'm totally fine with them the age they are now. Definitely not. I mean, and even with pants on, when they started eating kitten food, and you would walk in and try to feed them, they would scale your legs. And hey, Aurora. Never felt really good when they did that, but it's just part of it. No, you're not going to chase it? Ow. Yeah, they're more independent and they don't make as big of a mess when they're older. It's just one big mess after another, and you always have to worry about them getting into something they're not supposed to. Where now, they, and there's always a risk of them finding something they're not supposed to have, but I don't have to worry about them getting in the closet and crawling inside the printer somehow, you know, or something crazy. or somehow popping a litter bucket open and falling inside of that, you know. Like tiny children, you have to worry about everything. I'm trying to think if any of these guys wrecked anything when they were young. And I'm not remembering anything that they just totally destroyed. I know we had a Chromecast on the back of our TV. We had it for a long time, and it was shortly after we let this guy run around the house freely, and Tabby ate the cord that goes to the Chromecast. He didn't eat it, but he chewed through it. Oh yeah. The wireless receiver for the Nintendo Wii. Tabby also chewed through the cord of that. Which I don't even know if anybody has a Nintendo Wii anymore, but we do. We actually bought the Nintendo Wii right before the newest variation of that came out. So we got it for pretty cheap, and still has fun games on it. We don't play it very often though. Yeah, it's a really thin cord, so I guess it's just something about it attracts them to it. Just once for us. Fortunately, we found one to replace it online for fairly cheap. I'll show you, I almost forgot, I'll show you something really scary. When we first brought Wilson in here, now it says rotate my device. See that? That's courtesy of Wilson. Hey, Susan. He hasn't done that in a long time, but I hope he never does it again. Thought we were going to have to come up with some new setup here. I think Wilson is a little less crazy than he used to be. He's still got some wildcat in him, but he's not totally crazy. Come here. Show the nice people how good you can be. I gotta get my hand out of the way. But this is what we're working on. Even though it's gonna be all laggy now. There we go. But we've been practicing this for the whole time he's been back. And he seems to be enjoying it for now. He never stays too long, but seems like every day he stays a little longer than the last. And he purrs and he wants to chew on my fingers. See, we probably got, what is that on my shirt? Fuzz. We made progress on the lap cat thing. Not perfect yet, but I think once he gets a chance to sit on a lap while somebody's sitting on a couch or something, he'll probably stick around. What are you doing? What is this all about? Is it belly rub time? Or attack my hand time? You gonna come back over here now? You know, we've discussed moving into this room eventually, making this our bedroom. But I don't know. As hot as it gets in this room, I'm starting to rethink that. We just about need a window unit in here. Because the air is on and it's cool all over the rest of the house except for this room. Yeah, it's great for them during the day. But unfortunately, the sun sets like right over there in the afternoons, and it gets really hot in here. They are in the attic. I think it has a lot to do with having to keep this door closed all the time, because it definitely tends to cool off when we leave the door open or partially cracked. But with all the other cats and the dogs and all that, I can't leave it open all the time. Yet. Stella is not going to tolerate that. I think overall our AC unit works pretty well considering it's old. We'll have to replace it whether it breaks or not before we sell the house, but as long as we're living here, we're just going to let it run until it breaks. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it type of thing. Tabby, what are you doing? I have no idea what he's trying to get. Yeah. And I wish I could leave every door in the house open all the time. But unfortunately, with these guys in here and then with a couple of our other cats that just don't get along, we have to have some way to keep them separated. I really hope, really hope that when we move, however far or near in the future that is, that moving into a new house, a bigger house, will just hit the reset button on the whole hierarchy, and this cat hates that cat and all that stuff. I don't know if it will, but I can hope. Yeah, we have to sleep with our bedroom door closed at night, like I said, to keep a couple of the cats separated. But our bedroom is not like this room. It doesn't get hot like this room does. But it's also the closest room in the house to the AC unit, so that might be why. It's an interesting pose. Yeah, I guess the furthest room from the AC unit would be the kitchen and the dining room, and they're fine, but it's an open area, so. And honestly, I would be totally fine with having window units and 3 window units in this house, and we'd be okay, I think. But I don't know if that's any cheaper to operate than a central unit or not. I know it's cheaper to buy a window unit versus a central air unit, but as far as energy efficiency and all that with the bill, I don't know. I do too. I would be much happier if I could get my bedroom down into the 60s when I went to sleep. But in the heat of the summer, I have an oscillating fan on my nightstand that I just point right at me and put it on warp speed. And I got a text from Zelda's adopters. They had a bunch of people staying at their house over the weekend, and they said that she did very well, and that she likes to cuddle up in the bed with them now, and that she might even be protective of their daughter now. They don't know if she's jealous or being protective yet, but I mean, nothing like super aggressive. But she didn't say she had been aggressive. She just said she wasn't sure if she was jealous or protective. So Wilson had same place Wilson went. He had a great opportunity there, but he decided he'd rather be here in this 1,000-degree room with these two knuckleheads. Me either, Aurora, but I'm born and raised in Alabama, and it's air conditioner weather 7 or 8 months out of the year here. At least for me it is. I don't know. It can be 76 degrees outside, and if there's no breeze that'll come through the windows, I have to turn the air on in here. Oh, 10 years in Florida without an air conditioner? No way. I think it comes out when I say certain things. I don't think it's totally apparent in everything I say, but I'm sure there are some words that still have that twang. think Stella says it's hot in here too, don't you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I went to somewhere north of Illinois, or, well, maybe even Illinois, north of Kentucky, we'll say that. If I went north of there, I would probably get called out for my accent. Why are you eating the tunnel? You would swear that Wilson is a teething baby. Chews on my fingers, and he chews on the tunnel. I don't know what he's doing. Wilson, hey. Don't eat the tunnel. Are you gonna go over there and roll around again? Let's bring her ball over here in case she gets all feisty and wants to play again. Yeah, I might not sound Alabama, but I feel Alabama. Especially when I leave Alabama, I feel it. But I am fluent in hillbilly. What is it? What are you jumping for? I can speak it quite well. My grandmother lived in the wiregrass, or what they call the wiregrass here, which is not quite southeastern Alabama, but it's kind of in between central and south Alabama, in the eastern portion of the state. She lived in several different areas around there, and I don't know if it was... What are you doing, Hank? Oh, he's got a mouse going for the closet or bringing it to me, one of the two. But she had an interesting dialect. She couldn't say tired or tire or fire, wire. It was, if she was tired, she was tarred. If there was a fire somewhere, there was a far. I guess it was just one of those things that was acquired through growing up around certain people in certain areas. I never questioned it. I just know that's what she always said. I don't know. I think it was some kind of middle southern Alabama dialect. I don't know. Yeah, I need to fix that. It's just kind of dangling there. My other grandmother, she was from a similar area, a little further to the west and south, I think. She couldn't say roach. She called a roach a roach. Roaches, or a coach, was a coach. But Alabama was kind of a melting pot, really. Lots of people came from North Carolina and South Carolina that had immigrated from wherever. So it all just kind of melded together, I think. Whoa. That was a pretty good jump and a good landing there, Hank. I say if you're born with it, grow up around it, embrace it. If everybody was the same, the world would be boring. My dad has a really thick Southern accent. He doesn't say far and tar instead of fire and tire, but it was his mother that did. I'm not sure if my grandfather, wow, pronounced things that way or not. I never met either one of my grandfathers. They both died before I was born, so I don't know the answer to that one. Hey, you guys. Wilson. That's one way to break it up. Throw a mouse over there and let Hank pounce on him. I might have missed this, but what is Florida cracker? Hey, be nice, Wilson. Come here, Tabby. Come over here. Ah. I'm so afraid he's going to hurt himself when he does that. Oh. Well, that still thrives here in Alabama. I still hear all of those words. Fixin' to has evolved into fitna, I think. I hear that a lot. I'm fitting to do this. You're still over here being calm, huh? Let me spin around and not contort myself to pet Stella. Oh, another one here is instead of do you want to do whatever, do you want to go here or do you want to go there, it's yont to. Yeah, I'm not opposed to saying y'all. I frequently use that one. I try to avoid ain't, but it does slip out sometimes. I am from Alabama, so it's pretty much gonna happen sometimes. What are you guys doing? Everybody teaming up on Tabby? I hope it's playful. I think it is. You want to go out, Tabby? Tabby, you want to go out? Yes, he does. Do you want to go out? We'll leave that door cracked, though, because it's scorching hot in here. See Stella's the white armpits. Lily has that too. Oh, she says Tabby's too close. It's all right. What are you guys doing? Besides standing on some mangled up carpet that we still need to cut off. We're gonna get some new floors one day. Yeah, there's so many acronyms and slang terms, and I don't understand all of it. Come on, Wilson. Come on, Wilson. Come back in here. That's the far. I'm just wondering if all the people in the Wiregrass are using it and pronouncing fire the same way that I always used to hear it. Tabby. Tabby. You're about 2 steps from the water dish. You need to stop. Oh, I said another word. I say water. A lot of people around here say water. That's a water dish. W-O-O-T-E-R, water. Don't you do it. Here, well, I say toilet. That's turlet. A lot of people say toilet. The toilet. The toilet stopped up. There's no I in there. It's just T-O-L-E-T or T-O-L-L-E-T. No, you're gonna make a mess. I know you guys see these books. You want to see something really crazy? You're not gonna. Can't believe I'm gonna do this, but I saw it, and I figured I'd show it to you because we're almost to my 20-year high school reunion. If that gives you any indication on how old I am. Are you trying to help me flip the pages here? You're not really helping me a whole lot. Check out that dude. Who's that guy? Hey, D Hutch. Yeah, we're running a little long today. Yeah, or just hair. I don't have so much of it anymore. I don't think I could ever do that again, even if I didn't have thinning hair. Even if I had a full thick head of hair, I don't think I could grow it and tolerate it anymore. I tolerated it for a long time, and when I cut it off, it was kind of a relief. Yeah, I used to go to school every morning with wet hair. Don't eat things off the floor, Tabby. I know that's your MO, but don't. I doubt she's going to do anything when I toss this, but maybe. She's looking at it. Oh, come on, flip. Oh, I'm trying to flip this around and you're going to run away. I see how it is. I see how it is. But we went extra long tonight. I guess I need to wrap this up, and I think we're going to feed them a little early tonight so I can get in the bed and maybe I can sleep more than a couple hours. Oh, and thank you for that video, D. Hutch. I had not seen it until Melanie showed me how to get to it last night. So finally got to see Stella chasing her tail. You weren't here when we first got started. I actually got her to play a little bit last night after I fed everyone. Not a lot, but a little bit. If you spill that water... Oh, was it you? I'm sorry, Aurora. Sorry about that. Yours, D. Hutch, you were the fly swatter, I think. Or was that Aurora too? Y'all are gonna make me feel bad about myself for not remembering all of these. I think they just automatically default to the visitor posts unless we hit the share button, and I think we can probably do that. I don't see why we couldn't just share it to the main page. It's what we should be doing. Makes it a lot more visible. Yeah, and we'll try to share them from now on, Lynette. But yeah, if you want them to be shared on the main page, you might as well put them on the it's just post to our page from other people. Like if you were to post to our wall or something like that, I think it shows up in the visitor posts instead of on the main timeline feed. But yeah, any video that you want everybody to see, just post them to the wall and we'll share them, because I think even if we tried to share, I don't know if we shared it or not, but I think in the group, if you tried to share a group post, the person that you want to see it would have to be a member of the group to see it. But I could be totally wrong on that. Yeah, you're posting in the group when you post your pictures, Connie. I think I'm understanding that correctly. It's kind of confusing to me, but yeah, anything posted to the group will just show up, and it's basically like looking at a regular Facebook feed. Whereas if you post them to our wall or something like that, it's a little different. Yeah, this all confuses me too. That's why Melanie is the guru for most of this stuff. It took me forever. I mean, I just learned how to get to the activity log and approve posts from my phone last night. I finally figured out how to do that, and it's just such a ridiculously drawn out process when it should be just a button. Yeah, exactly what Lynette said. So I think from now on, anytime you guys share something as a visitor post, we'll just share it, and it'll be on the main timeline, and you won't have to go looking for it. I do too, Lynette. But yeah, I think I'm going to wind this down. I have some laundry I need to throw in the dryer that I'm not going to wait on before I go to sleep. D-Hutch, I'm not sure where it is. Looking at the main Facebook page, I could find it when I was looking at it from our end, but hopefully you won't have to worry about that. We'll just start sharing everything. Agreed, Susan. I got a few more things I got to do before I can get there, though. Tomorrow should be normal time. No extracurricular plans after work or anything like that. Actually did not have dinner tonight. So Thursday will be a little later. Probably not as late as tonight, but a little later. But tomorrow we should be between 6 and 6:30. So I hope to see you guys all then. We appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.